How do we apply a fade in iMovie? Well, first of all, we need to head up to Transitions above the Media browser, and here we've got Fade to Black and Fade to White. If we bring that down onto the timeline and play it before a clip,
here's the thing.
You can see it has the effect of fading from black, and the same is true of Fade to White. If you put it before a clip, it'll fade from white. If we want finer control as to how long that ramp takes for the clip to go from 0 to 100% opacity, we can select the transition, right-click, and show Precision Editor. And now we get this slider above the clip where we can finely tune how long that ramp takes, bearing in mind that a longer ramp to 100% will leave less time for the clip to play at 100% opacity. If we close the Precision Editor again, let's take a look at what happens if we put a fade to black in between two clips and then play through.
Reason. Unleash dogs.
You can see it has the effect of closing your eyes and opening them again. This can be a really useful tool to reveal something to your audience or imply a passage of time perhaps. It's really dependent on the context and the content of your shots. If you have a look at the DeLorean video, they use a lot of fades to black and from black to give a sense of mystery and build that suspense. What I'd say is don't overuse fades. You really need to use them sparingly so that they retain their impact and your audience doesn't get desensitized to them. So let's take a look at the Precision Editor when we've put it in between two clips. You can see that we can change the length of the ramp on both sides of the cut. Now, unfortunately, the way that iMovie works is that when we change that duration, it changes the duration on both simultaneously, and I don't know of a way that we can alter each one independently. There is a little workaround which I'll show you, but it's not ideal. So if we close the Precision Editor and let's put another fade in here, but let's first put a little bit of black background. As you can see, this has just generated a video clip of a solid black color, and it's changed the timing of our video as well. So that's something you're going to have to bear in mind if you use this technique. So let's take a lot of this off. We don't need all of that. And now we can go back to Transitions and we can put a fade to black on both sides of that black solid. But as you can see, it's not ideal. It doesn't always work. Okay, there we go. So now we can put one on each side, and now we can select each one individually and choose how long we want the ramp to last. But like I say, it's finicky. If we change this duration like this sometimes, and then we close it, our second fade has disappeared. So I'm going to undo that. And I don't quite know what causes that. So I think first we need to move this a little bit, then increase it, then go back, and now we can alter the second one. And for instance, I'm going to move this to the middle first before altering the length, because then we don't get any transitions disappearing. And we can make that as short as possible, put it back at the beginning, and then close. So now this ramp is a lot shorter than that ramp here from the current clip to the next. The downside is that the minimum time that we can reduce the length of this black solid is 0.3 seconds. So this is only going to work if it really doesn't mess with your story too much. It is a workaround that's not ideal, but just in case you want to try it out, that's how you do it. If you need to make space in your script for this 0.3 seconds of blackness, then you can find a relevant point in your script to make a pause. So you find your script, which is your audio track here, make sure it's selected, and with the playhead at the point you want to cut it, press Command B. And now that splits your script in two at that point. And now we can select the second part and just make a little gap to make space for that extra bit of video that we've put in. And then you just need to move that around until the script matches what's on screen. I'm not going to play this through because having this type of fade here doesn't actually make sense for my story, but I just wanted to demonstrate actually how you do it.